Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Atlanta at 8 a.m.
A fire rips through a Gwinnett County apartment complex, and now dozens of people are looking for a new home.
Plus, protests across the country, including right here in Georgia, as students stage walkouts today at high schools and universities. We're live with the details.
Good morning, everyone. Good Tuesday morning. Welcome to Good Day Atlanta at 8. I'm Buck Lanford.
And I'm Alex Whitler. We're always glad to be with you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's head on over to Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Joanne Feldman, who is tracking another day of chilly conditions.
Absolutely. Very cold at this hour. Taking a look at the temperature and the wind chill, although the wind isn't strong, it's still having an impact regardless. It's 29 in Atlanta, feels like 21. We do have a few temperatures in the 30s, but it is much, much colder in far north Georgia, where it's only 13 at this hour in Blue Ridge. But like yesterday, just a slow warm up that still leaves us colder than average. The afternoon high in the mid 40s, but it's sunny and dry today. Starting late tomorrow, not so much dry, but the winter weather impacts we're expecting will be holding off until the weekend. So I'll give you the details on how this is shaping up coming up for you in a few minutes. Natalie?
Joanne, thank you. We do have a semi-stall in West Atlanta this morning, 285 northbound right before Langford Parkway, right there in the center lane. It might be slowing down your ride just a bit, but overall traffic is still getting through on the left and right-hand sides. The big three, very heavy out of Alpharetta on 400 southbound from Old Milton to the top end, about 43 minutes, and almost 30 minutes through Cobb on 75 from Wade Green to the perimeter. Alex?
Good looking out. Thanks, Natalie. It's 8:02 now, and over in Gwinnett County, dozens of families are looking for a new place to stay after a late-night apartment fire.
Yeah, flames broke out just before midnight at the Cortland Apartments. That's along Harrington Road. And Good Day's Brittany Edney is live at the complex this morning. Brittany, good morning to you. And what can you tell us about the fire and about the affected residents?
Good morning. Luckily, nobody was hurt during this fire, but firefighters did have to go in and rescue 8 people from that burning apartment building. We are also told that 3 people had to be medically checked out here on scene, but then they were cleared. Gwinnett County Fire and Emergency Services say calls came in about a fire at an apartment complex just before midnight, and firefighters got there in 4 minutes.
There was obvious smoke, fire conditions as well,
And immediately jumped into action.
2 people were rescued using ground ladders. Another person, an adult, that I know was rescued using one of our aerial ladders.
Firefighters had to use both ground and aerial ladders in order to reach the residents.
We were able to make 8 rescues. Out of those 8 rescues, 3 people were checked by our medical crews on scene and released.
Search crews were able to make sure that everyone got out safely and the entire building had been evacuated.
No life-threatening injuries sustained, thank goodness.
And we're told no firefighters were hurt during those rescues. And as far as what caused the fire and where exactly it broke out, what floor, what unit, those things are still under investigation. But we are told in total 26 units were damaged and ultimately evacuated. And so all those families are getting help from the Red Cross and also emergency services. Reporting live in Gwinnett County, Brittany Edney for Good Day Atlanta.
So many house fires this time of year. Brittany, thank you. Well, students at more than 10 North Georgia colleges and high schools plan to hold walkouts today in opposition to increased immigration enforcement efforts.
Yeah, one of the institutions participating in the demonstrations today is Emory University, and that's where we find Good Day's Mark Tigner, who's live with more on what is ahead for the day. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, and the walkout here at Emory scheduled to take place at noon. A total of 11 at least high schools and colleges taking part in this, including Kennesaw State.
Students at KSU are going to be walking out of classes and rallying here at the KSU Green.
Kennesaw State University senior Grace Blumberg helped organize today's walkout. She and others put up signs all over campus encouraging fellow students to protest what they call out-of-control ICE enforcement efforts.
This national walkout is really calling for an end to ICE terror.
In North Georgia, anti-ICE walkouts are planned at least 11 colleges and high schools, including ones in Griffin, Demarest, and Athens, with multiple slated for Atlanta. The protests mark the end of the first year of the second Trump administration. And while organizers are certainly upset over ICE enforcement tactics, they also have other administration policy concerns.
A racist billionaire program. We saw cuts to SNAP. We're seeing cuts to Medicaid and Medicare, all at the same time when we're seeing a new war being escalated on Venezuela.
The chair of the Cobb County Republican Party supports peaceful protest, but urges students to research what they're protesting and not just listen to the opinions of others. Blumberg says the time to take action is now.
What we can't do is wait till November. We can't wait for another election.
A number of these students participating in the walkout say they will also go to the citywide protest. Now, that is set for 5 o'clock this afternoon/evening in downtown Atlanta at Herb Park. Reporting live from Emory Village, I'm Mark Teichner for Good Day Atlanta.
Okay, Mark, thanks for that heads up. It's 8:06 now and developing now. A 14-year-old Villa Rica girl is recovering from severe chemical burns after her mother claims a middle school bullying dispute escalated into a violent confrontation. This happened over the weekend.
Yeah, the victim's mother, Aspen Clark, says that bullies came to the Arbors at Villa Rica apartment complex to fight her daughter. She claims during the brawl, a girl got a mug and splashed something on her daughter, who ended up suffering second and third degree chemical burns.
The fight started. That's when the little girl got the mug and she splashed it on her. So she was never a threat to that little girl. She's in a lot of pain. She's on medication right now. The cleaning, the bandaging, all of that is just, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Villa Rica police are now investigating, and we're awaiting the school district's response to what happened.
Hate to hear about that. Conyers police have arrested a suspect in a deadly shooting that led to a week-long manhunt. Authorities say 21-year-old Amir Johnson was taken into custody Sunday after days of searching after a shooting at a home on Forest Villa Drive. Johnson is accused of killing 22-year-old Caleb King last week before running away from the scene. He's now being held in the Rockdale County Jail facing felony murder and aggravated assault charges.
And in Paulding County, this man on your screen will spend the rest of his life in prison for rape and child molestation in Paulding County. Investigators there began looking into Jalen McCrary back in 2021 after the victim reported that he sexually assaulted her. Prosecutors say that she testified against him, speaking about the trauma from that day and how it continues to impact her. A jury found McCrary guilty on all counts.
Meanwhile, in DeKalb County, a judge has granted a $25,000 bond to former DeKalb County School Superintendent Dr. Devon Horton. DeKalb police arrested him over the weekend in connection with a domestic situation that involved his wife. Prosecutors say Horton choked her in front of their 5-year-old son, and police say their second child was also inside the home at the time. But his wife, Christina Horton, painted a different picture about the situation.
That encompasses 2 warrants this afternoon, one being aggravated assault strangulation, and the second being cruelty to children in the 3rd degree.
I need my children to have their father here in the home. Even in the moment that things were escalating, I was never fearful for my life. My children were never in danger.
The bond was granted, but with stipulations. He can't have in-person contact with his wife, and any contact over the phone cannot be of a violent or threatening nature.
8:09 is now your time, and coming up on Good Day Atlanta, some states are being accused of owing the federal government more than $1 billion after the government claims they paid for illegal immigrants to get health insurance.